Good morning, and thank you for joining us today for the Plug-in NC webinar on National Drive Electric Week. My name is Lindsay Breckeisen, and I am a communications intern at Advanced Energy. Over the past few months, I have been assisting with Plug-in NC outreach and education, and I am excited to be welcoming you all to the webinar today. Before we get started, I'd like to provide a quick overview of Plug-in NC. Plug-in NC was started in 2011 as an initiative to bring together stakeholders in North Carolina to address barriers to electric transportation. Over the past 6 years, Plug-in NC has worked to increase awareness and support for electric vehicles and ensure that there is a seamless integration of electric vehicles into our local communities. One great way to show your support for electric vehicles is by participating in National Drive Electric Week, which is the topic of our webinar today. I'm going to hand it over to Christy Broad, who will be our presenter for today's webinar.
Thank you, Lindsay, and hello everyone, and thank you all for joining us. My name is Christy Broad, and I am the Communications and Marketing Manager at Advanced Energy. Over the past 3 years, I've assisted with Plug-in NC and have managed the planning of our National Drive Electric Week events, which is why I'm presenting to you all today about this exciting week that is occurring next month. In today's webinar, I am going to provide an overview of what National Drive Electric Week is, how you can participate in or plan an event, provide examples of events, and have a period for questions and answers. To begin, let's talk about what National Drive Electric Week is. According to the National Drive Electric Week website, National Drive Electric Week is a nationwide celebration to heighten awareness of today's widespread availability of plug-in vehicles and highlight the benefits of all-electric and plug-in hybrid electric cars, trucks, motorcycles, and more. How I view it is that this week provides an easy way to collaborate in order to increase awareness of electric vehicles. This collaboration is done through events that bring together electric vehicle owners, dealerships, and relevant vendors to educate others about electric vehicles and provide them an opportunity to see firsthand why electric vehicles are so great. So far this year, there are 206 events being planned across the United States, with at least 6 events taking place in North Carolina. If you would like to participate in an event, it's very easy to do so. Just visit the website at driveelectricweek.org and scroll down to enter your city or zip code to find an event near you. Once you select an event, you can register to attend or to volunteer. If you sign up to volunteer, the city captain will be notified and will contact you to discuss the ways you can assist. If you would like to plan an event in your community, I recommend first visiting the resources page on the National Drive Electric Week website. On this page, you will find information on getting started, event planning, publicity, insurance coverage, and day of event logistics. Now let's walk through the exact steps to plan a National Drive Electric Week event. First, you will want to designate a city captain, or someone who will lead the event planning and oversee the entire effort. To support the city captain and have more impact, put together a planning team of individuals who can commit time to planning and promoting the event. The next step is one of the most important ones. Find a location and set the date and time for the event. To get good attendance, choose a location where people will already be or where another event is occurring. Examples include farmers markets, auto shows, college campuses, or shopping malls. Choose a time that will be convenient for the audience you want to attend the event. Once you decide on a date and location for your event, you can add it to the National Drive Electric Week map of events. To do this, go to the website and click on the events page. At the top of the page, you will see a link to register a new event. Click this and follow the directions to add your event. The third step is to choose activities specific to electric vehicles. One of the easiest and best activities is to have an electric vehicle showcase. Invite local electric vehicle drivers to display their cars and talk with visitors about their experience driving electric. You can also invite car dealerships to bring an electric vehicle to display or use as a test drive vehicle. Test drives are a great way for people to learn about the vehicles and overcome any anxiety they have about driving one. Another activity you can do is an electric vehicle parade, where electric vehicle owners drive along a planned parade route. If you've recently installed a new charging station, having a ribbon cutting to announce the opening of the station is another idea for an activity. Presentations by electric vehicle or environmental experts can be a unique activity to offer at the event to increase education. You can also have an award ceremony and present an award to a local company, public official, or organization that is doing a lot to support electric vehicles. There are many options for electric vehicle activities at a National Drive Electric Week event. Work with your planning team to brainstorm ideas and decide which are the most feasible for your location. The fourth step is to add additional activities if the location and the budget allows. Consider having other organizations set up tables at the event to hand out information. For food, invite local food trucks or other vendors to attend. Having live music could also be a nice addition to the event. If you think children will be attending, consider kids' activities like space painting or remote control car racing, or maybe some stormtrooper appearances. Have fun brainstorming and add a few extra activities to make the event fun for all ages. The fifth step is to promote your event. Make sure all of the details of your event are on the National Drive Electric Week website, so visitors can learn about and sign up to attend your event through the website. Next, word of mouth is a great way to increase attendance. Make sure your planning team is spreading the word to friends and family. You can also create a flyer to place around the community in coffee shops and in other businesses that have bulletin boards. In the past, I've also placed flyers on charging stations to invite electric vehicle drivers. National Drive Electric Week logos and flyer templates are available to download on the National Drive Electric Week website. Make sure to promote your event through the social media platforms that you have. Also, write to your local news channels and let them know about the event. You can also place the event on community calendars. Lastly, if the budget allows, you can use paid advertising to promote your event. One inexpensive advertising outlet is social media, where you can choose your budget and the target audience for your ads. The sixth step is to finalize the event logistics and small details. Depending on the activities at your event and the location, you may need a few extra things. If your location is difficult to find, you may want to order yard signs to direct traffic. If you are having test drives at your event, it may be good to put together a test drive map that shows where to drive. You will also want to organize any volunteers you have and assign positions. They can help direct traffic and parking, help with setup and breakdown, and help take photos during the event. You may also want to have a table and a few chairs in case you'd like to hand out materials or just have a seat during the event. I also recommend creating an event emergency kit. I always have one of these at events that I plan. It includes scissors, tape, rubber bands, pens, paper, and a small first aid kit. Think about anything that may be needed at the event and throw it into your event emergency kit. The seventh step starts the night before the event. Pack up everything early just in case something is missing. On the event day, get to the event early and set up your signage first to direct people to the event. Make sure any designated areas are clearly marked with signs or cones. Step 8 is to enjoy the event. You've put a lot of hard work into planning, so make sure to take some time to walk around and have fun talking with others and enjoying the event. Step 9 is to break down. Make sure you pick up all signage, especially yard signs that you've put around for directions, and anything else that is left in the event space. And step 10 is to follow up with volunteers and attendees after the event and write an event summary for the National Drive Electric Week website. It is important to thank volunteers and participants in order to further encourage their support and interest. You will also be asked by National Drive Electric Week to submit a summary and a photo of your event after the week is complete. I hope those 10 steps provided a good overview of how to plan a National Drive Electric Week event. If you have any questions or would like additional details, I'd recommend visiting the National Drive Electric Week website and clicking on the Resources tab at the top. Over the past 3 years, I've learned some lessons while planning these events, so I'd like to share with you all 5 quick event planning tips. Tip number 1, first, do not worry about the size of your event. If you think 3 cars will show up, then that will work just fine. Last year, I planned a small event in Edenton, North Carolina, and we had 4 cars at the event and a table to hand out information. We hosted the event at a local park and had a good turnout and had a lot of great conversations. Smaller events can be just as impactful as large events because it gives you an opportunity to have longer discussions with people and answer their questions about driving electric. My second tip is to make sure you choose a good location. Qualities of a good location include easy access from a main road, close to electric vehicle charging stations, and a location that will have foot traffic. You can only promote your event so much, and having your event in a location that will get foot traffic is a great way to increase attendance. Examples include a shopping center, a parking lot near a local park, a downtown street, a hotel, a grocery store, or in front of an office building. Many of these venues will already be located in good locations with easy access from a main road. Having charging stations nearby will be an added bonus and help people with electric vehicles feel comfortable traveling to your event. The third tip is to choose the event time and date wisely. National Drive Electric Week is September 9th through the 17th, so you have lots of days and times to choose from. Depending on your location, think about having the event during the week around lunchtime or on a Saturday morning or a Sunday afternoon. I have planned events on many different days and times, and I've learned that it's important to think about who you would like to attend the event. Some of the best events have been on weekdays during lunchtime when people would like to take a quick break from work and check out the cars. However, weekend events are also great as people may have more time to stay at the event. Also, think about the length of the event. Some of the best events I planned have been shorter, around 2 hours long. If you are located in an area where you do not think attendance will be very high, then I encourage you to make the event shorter. My fourth tip is to promote the event widely through multiple outlets, not just one. For the events I've planned, I promoted them through flyers placed around the community, posted on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, press releases to the local news channels, and also some paid advertising. The National Drive Electric Week website has a lot of great resources on how you can promote your event successfully. Also, make sure to invite your friends and family and use word of mouth to advertise the event. Word of mouth is still one of the best tactics to increase attendance at an event. And finally, my fifth tip is to lean on your volunteers and your electric vehicle drivers. Planning and managing an event is a lot of work, so it's important to have volunteers to help you and electric vehicle drivers present to answer visitors' questions. At events, I tend to step back and allow visitors to talk one-on-one with electric vehicle drivers to learn about driving electric. The electric vehicle owners always love the opportunity to show off their car and answer questions from their real-world experience. I make sure everything is going smoothly and is staying organized, but I leave the talking to the experts. Next, let's take a look at some event examples that have taken place in North Carolina in the past and also across the country. Let's start with a big one in Asheville. Last year, the Asheville event was held at the Asheville Outlet Mall and included a meet and greet for electric vehicle owners, test drives in electric vehicles, a presentation by race car driver Leilani Mootner, and displays by various local organizations. The Raleigh event was held at NC State and had 30 cars on display and a few cars available for test drives. The event was held on a weekday during lunch and had lots of visitors. 2 tables were set up by Plug-in NC and NC Green Power to hand out information along with free NC State ice cream. This event I mentioned earlier. This was a small event in Edenton, North Carolina with only 4 cars on display. Since we set up next to a local park, we had a lot of foot traffic and people really enjoyed seeing the cars and talking with the owners. UNC Pembroke is very supportive of electric vehicles and has hosted National Drive Electric Week events for a few years. In 2015, they invited us to give a presentation at the event and had test drives for students. It was a great event with lots of interest from students and staff. If you have recently installed a charging station, having a ribbon-cutting event during National Drive Electric Week is a great idea. The town of Matthews hosted a ribbon cutting during National Drive Electric Week to officially open their new DC fast charge station. The mayor gave a speech and the public was invited to attend. They also had dealerships bring electric vehicles to display. And my last North Carolina example is another event we did in Raleigh last year. We had 5 electric vehicles displayed at a local farmers market in Raleigh. The owners stayed with their cars and talked to people who stopped to take a look. We also had a table to hand out information. Because of the farmers market location, this was a great location for our event because of the extra foot traffic. Looking outside of North Carolina, I will start on the West Coast. Last year, an event was held in Vancouver, Washington at their local public utility office. They invited dealerships and electric vehicle drivers to display their cars and had live music, a hot dog stand, and vendors set up tables. They also had electric bikes at the event and organized quick electric bike tours around the community. Next up was a huge event in Los Angeles. Last year they had over 1,500 people attend, and their event was held on a Sunday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. behind their Natural History Museum. They had a full lineup of entertainment all day long, including yoga, live music, and presentations on sustainability and electric vehicles. For everyone who registered for the event, they did a drawing and gave away a free electric bike and a free charging station. They also had dealerships provide test drives and gave a $5 food truck voucher to the first 750 people who took a test drive. To help plan and fund this very large event, they had 28 event sponsors. Next up is Oakdale, Minnesota. They hosted their event at 6 p.m. on a Tuesday afternoon, and they had 36 electric vehicles on display. The event was held at a grocery store where a new Tesla supercharger had just been installed. They had speakers at the event give quick presentations, and these included the grocery store management and a local Tesla organization. Another event example is State College in Pennsylvania. They hosted their event at a hotel on a Sunday afternoon from 3 to 5. The hotel has charging stations, so it was a great location for electric vehicle drivers. They had owners display their cars and give test rides, and they also had refreshments available for visitors. And I will end with Rochester, New York. Last year, they hosted their event on a Tuesday afternoon from 4 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. They had electric vehicle drivers display their cars and dealerships provide test drives. Free ice cream was given to everyone who did a test drive. There were 4 charging stations at the location for EV drivers, and they also had 6 speakers give presentations during the event. During one of the presentations, a National Drive Electric Week proclamation was presented to the city. For more examples of events and additional details on examples I just provided, you can visit the National Drive Electric Week website and click on the Events tab. You'll be able to see a full list of events that are being planned for this year and also events that have taken place in the past years. That concludes my presentation on National Drive Electric Week, and I will turn it back over to Lindsay to facilitate the question and answer portion.
Thank you, Christy. If you have any questions, please type them into the Q&A pod on your screen. I will then read the question for Christy to answer. It looks like our first question is, will this event be the same week each year? We think it is too late for us to plan an event for this year, but we may be interested in doing one next year.
Yes, good question, and thank you. So the event is every single September, and I think it is the second week of September, and they're very good about keeping the website up to date. So once National Drive Electric Week 2017 is done, they will go ahead and update it with the new dates for next year, but it is always in September.
Great. Okay, our next question is, if someone wants to purchase an electric vehicle, would these events be good to attend?
Yes, definitely. At National Drive Electric Week events, you have the opportunity to talk with current owners and possibly test drive a few vehicles. And this is a great event for people who are interested in purchasing an electric vehicle because they can learn from current EV drivers about their experience and have some great conversations with them.
Okay. Do you need to have insurance for this event?
That is a question that we receive a lot, so glad that one was asked. At events I've planned, I have not had to get any event insurance. Any public site should already have insurance for people on the property. Dealers have insurance for test drives, and private owners should have their own auto insurance. So at most events, additional insurance will not be required. Also, on the National Drive Electric Week website, there is a lot of information about this topic, so I encourage you to go there and to read more about the insurance recommendations that they have.
Okay, the next question is, are there still EV rebates available from the federal government? If so, is there a website where the information is available?
Yes, there are. So there is a federal tax credit for electric vehicles. It can be up to $7,500 back. There is information on our website, on the Plug-in NC website, and also a good resource is the Department of Energy's Alternative Fuel Database Center, so it's AFDC, and that should have all of the information. And if you can't find it, please just send me an email and I can make sure I can send you the link for that information.
All right, thank you, Christy. That is all the time we have for questions today. Feel free to contact us with any other questions you may have. Before we end this webinar, I'd like to remind you of the ways that you can get involved with Plug-in NC. First, make sure to visit the website at www.pluginnc.com to stay up to date on news and events. As for our upcoming events, there will be multiple National Drive Electric Week events occurring this September in North Carolina. We will be hosting a large event at the Research Triangle Park headquarters on Saturday, September 16th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. For more details on this event and other events happening across the state, please visit driveelectricweek.org. We also have another webinar coming up on August 23rd. This webinar will provide information on the benefits of network charging stations. To register for this event, click the link on the screen or visit the Plugin NC website. If you would like to become a Plugin NC member, membership is free and open to businesses, schools, communities, and organizations in North Carolina who have installed charging stations, have electric fleet vehicles, or are doing education and outreach activities. To view our current members or become a member, visit the website and click the Members tab. For individuals, you can become an ambassador and help us at events with our education and outreach efforts. Ambassadors will be assisting during the National Drive Electric Week event and are currently giving presentations across the state at Rotary clubs and other organizations. For more information and to become an ambassador, visit the website and hover over the Connect tab. You will then see an option to become an ambassador. You can also sign up for our quarterly newsletter by visiting the website, clicking the Connect tab, and scrolling down until you see the Sign Up for Newsletter button. And lastly, follow us on social media. We are on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Just search for Plugin NC. All right, well, that concludes this webinar. Thank you all again for joining us today, and please feel free to reach out with any questions. Thank you, and have a great day.